this video. My name is Kela Trishaan. If you're new here, I make videos on lifestyle, womanhood, and mental health. And if you've been returning, thank you so much for coming back and thank you for your support. Okay, so y'all already know it's a story time day. This story time is about a time when I was an assistant manager working in rental. It was me and my co-assistant in this story, and basically we had to go and do a jack move. We had to go and grab this car. So if you're interested in just hearing how this drama unfolded and why we even had to go steal a car, go on ahead and stay tuned. Okay, so last week I told you guys a story about a gentleman that was not paying his rental bill, and we had to lure him into the branch to get the car back. If you have not seen that video, I'm gonna need you guys to click on it. I'll link it somewhere here. Look at it after you look at this one, but yeah, check that one out because that was some drama too. But this one's pretty similar. Basically, we had a female customer that just was not able to keep up on her rental bill. So it all started because she rented a car that was relatively big. She said she needed space, and obviously the bigger car you get, the more expensive it is. So she had been paying on it regularly for a while, but then she started to have some issues about a couple months into the rental. Now, one thing I will say is that typically when people rent cars long term, they usually have some type of credit issue or there's some type of like income issue, which is why they are renting a car as opposed to buying or leasing. So let me just put that out there. So you already kind of have it in your mind that when somebody is renting a car for a long period of time, usually there's something else going on. This is not always, but a lot of the time this was the case. So the lady fell behind on her bills, and she fell behind about a month. That is not okay, because we ask you to come in every 30 days so we can check the status of the car, just kind of make sure that there's no damage, make sure that there's no maintenance that needs to be done. And also, we typically will have you pay your bill every 30 days. So she's already a month behind. So there is a system that we use to just update the notes in the customer's file, and usually we will go through every week or so just to kind of call the people that are behind on their bills. So this particular week, it was my duty. So I called the customer. Ring, ring, ring. I said, "Hi, Mrs. Customer. This is such and such from such and such company. Just calling to find out when you would be in to make your next payment." She says,
"Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make a payment for another week or two."
Now, she said it just very like nonchalant, but what she's not realizing is that you not paying this bill is taking money out of my pocket. As a manager or assistant manager, part of our compensation is on the rentals, on the coverage that we sell on the car, all that stuff. So if you're not paying your rental bill, you are directly affecting our paychecks. So I said, okay, I understand that, it sounds like there are some issues going on, but we do need you to make some type of a payment, and if you cannot, we're going to need you to bring the car back. So she says to me,
"I'm not going to be able to bring the car back. I've got a lot of things going on in my life, and I need a vehicle to get around."
So I said, okay, completely understand that. But we are a business and we're not renting you the car for free. We're going to need you to make a payment on it in order for you to continue using the vehicle. So if you're not going to be able to make a payment, then you're going to have to bring the car back today. She says,
"Well, you guys can do what you got to do, but I'm not bringing the car back. I'm going to keep it until I'm able to make a payment. And when I'm able to make a payment, then you'll see me. But yeah, that's the best I can do."
That's the best you can do, huh? So I said, okay, that's fine. You have a blessed day. And when I tell somebody to have a blessed day, 9 times out of 10, I mean the opposite. Because at this point, she had made me really angry. Because you're basically telling me, like, F what you talking about. Yeah, I don't have the money, but I'm not bringing back nothing. Deal with it. And I don't do well with that, especially when you mess up my paycheck. Like, that's what we're not going to do. Okay, so basically at this point, it was like, all right, if you're not going to bring the car back, then we just going to have to come get the car from you since you think this is a game. So I go and tell my manager and my co-assistant what transpired, what happened in the conversation. And my manager basically said that since she didn't live too far from the branch, we could attempt to go and see if the car was parked. Since we do have the other set of keys, if the car is parked there, then we'll just grab it and she can come and pick up her belongings. But we need to get the car back one way or another. So what we did is over the next few days, we would kind of just drive by her house to see if the car was parked. Now, she did live in an apartment and I don't believe she had actual parking, so the car would typically be parked on the street. Now, what we would do too, because some people do have like a parking garage or something like that, and we wouldn't be able to get in otherwise. So we would, just kind of drive around, but we knew in this case that she would park that vehicle on the street. So it took us a while to get in touch with her, or to catch her, should I say, because we had, driven around like a couple of times. We had come by several times throughout the day, several times in the evening, and just hadn't seen the car. So me and my co-assistant basically just got fed up, and we were like, okay, well, we just gonna have to do a stakeout. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to sit outside of her house until she get home, and we're gonna have to get that car, because like every day that she keeps the car, it's literally hitting our paycheck. And with what she just told us about how she not gonna pay nothing until she not bringing the car back until she gets the money, like, no, we gonna come get the car. That's how this is gonna go. So one night, I don't even remember whose idea it was. I don't remember if it was mine or hers, but we were kind of like a little tag team, and we just got into a lot of mischief together. Like, bless her soul, we used to get into all kind of crazy stuff together. We would feed off of each other's energy. But we were basically just like, look, tonight's going to be the night that we get this car. So it doesn't matter what time we sit out here until, we're going to sit out here until we see her pull up. And then once she goes inside, one of us is going to hop in with the other key. We're going to drive it back to the branch. We're going to park it on the roof. And that's just going to be what it is. So that's what we did. We took one night and we literally sat outside of her home until like, I want to say it was like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. It was late. The rental branch closes at 6 p.m. So yeah, we left like as soon as we were able to. So we sat outside of her house. We kind of got nervous at a point, like, okay, should we really be doing this? Should we just go on ahead and go home? Should we call it a night? We were tired, we were lethargic, we were hungry, but we also had money to make, so we had to get this vehicle. So anyway, so we sat there, and right before we were like, you know what, she ain't coming back, let's just go, we saw the car pull up. So then we got real excited. Now the problem is we're inside of a rental car as well, so we kind of had to like hide. It was so crazy. Like, I wouldn't even do nothing like this these days, but back then I was a little more extra, and again, I don't play by my money. So we hid. We like kind of just ducked a little bit so she wouldn't like notice us, because I'm sure she would have been like, oh, these hoes crazy. So we waited for her to get out of her car, go inside and lock up, and we waited just like a few more minutes after, just to make sure she wasn't coming back out. Once the coast was clear, I hopped into the vehicle and I drove back to the branch. And my co-assistant followed me. We parked it on the roof. We had like two parking structures. So there was one that wasn't visible to customers, and there was one that was. So we parked on the one that was not visible, just in case she wanted to pull a fast one and come try to steal her car back. But we parked it on the roof, and then me and my coworker went home for the night. So the next day, we get a call at the branch, and it's her. When I tell you she was so calm, she was like,
so I went outside this morning and the car wasn't there. Did you guys come get it?
And it's like, she didn't even think to call the cops or anything like that. She was like, I know they came and got it. So we were like, yeah, you told us that you weren't going to have any money to pay for the car until like a week or two from now, and we couldn't wait a week or two from now. So we took the other key and we came to get the car. So we're going to need your key if you plan on getting your belongings, and we can just go from there. So when things like this happen, when you have a customer like that, I forgot what the system was called, but basically it's a system that they put you on, and they're not allowed to rent you anymore because of the experience. And so she was put on that list. So she ends up coming into the branch, and it was funny because she was super calm. Like, she didn't have an attitude or anything. Like, she just already knew that her time had run up. So she was escorted to go and get her belongings, and they were even nice enough to give her a ride home. But she didn't leave with no car. So yeah, that's that. So me and my coworker, we basically sat outside of this woman's home for hours to steal our car back. Yes, we stole a car back. Anyway, that's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this story time, go on ahead and give me a big fat thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you have not subscribed and you made it this far, go on ahead and click that subscribe button below, and be sure to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. With that being said, you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.
You in the past, I'm in the future. You mad that they don't salute you. I need a bag, size is super. They turn